New York Jets on the road this week, deep into the Marshawn Lynch portion of their season at this point. They're just showing up to Baltimore so they don't get fined. The Ravens taking lots of ladders up the NFL standings board lately, back to even ground and on a 4-game winning streak.
Fires, and it's broken up by Roquan Smith, and this one will come to an end.
Now they just have to avoid landing on a chute, which is more or less what gangrene represents. They came close to hitting one of those slides last week. They avoided it primarily thanks to the King, and that improving defense held Cleveland to 9 points. That runs their fewer than 20 points allowed streak to 5 straight.
Throws on the run, incomplete. Broken up by Keon Martin.
Of course, you're not going to run around bragging about holding the Browns' inept offense in check or holding their rookie quarterback combo of Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders to a 39 rating. No TDs allowed, picked Sanders off once, 81 net passing yards allowed.
2nd down and 10. Here comes the blitz. Sanders throws, and it's incomplete.
But hey man, they don't pick who they play and when, and the fact is they don't care. Plus, it means they could handle Tyrod Taylor in a similar manner. He's taking over for Justin Fields, who hits the bench after another dud. He threw for just 116 yards. He did run for 67 yards and a TD, but he hasn't generated 117 yards passing in 4 of his last 5 games. Has that flash feel to him. Yeah, you're fast, but still not sure if you belong in the Hall of Justice with the rest of the Super Friends.
To the end zone and knocked down. Pass a little short. Gonzalez is right there.
New York's offense 8 for 14 on 3rd down versus New England, but only 2 trips to the red zone. Fewer than 15 points in 4 of their last 5 games. The late, great Mallory Archer would tell you that's how you get ants, and a 2-8 record.
3rd and 12. Fired over the middle, and that's incomplete.
So that was enough to go back to Tyrod Taylor this week. That moved the needle for anybody? Fields took 2 trips to face in the Grassville. Sure, it smells nice, but it makes doing your job right more difficult when you make that many trips to the NFL's dispensary. 36 sacks taken in 10 games. TJ Detweiler would tell you that whomps.
Fields under pressure, down he's going to go at the 15, setting up a 4th down.
Ravens haven't planted many quarterbacks this year, but they come off one of their best pass rush showings of the season. They got home 3 times versus Cleveland, came up with a healthy 10 quarterback hits.
Coming untouched for a sack. His 2nd of the season.
Ravens secondary only allowed 1 Browns pass catcher 50-plus yards. Cedric Tillman with 52 held everyone else under 30. Fields throws last week produced 1 Jets pass catcher with 40-plus yards. Mason Taylor 4 targets, 30 yards. Jeremy Ruckert 23 yards. Adonai Mitchell 10 yards. John Mechie, the lone guy to crack 40 with 45 yards on 3 catches, hauled in Fields' lone TD.
Fields slides away, throwing, wide open, touchdown to John Mechie.
Jets standard rush attack, a Breece Hall production, 58 yards, 4.1 a carry versus the Patriots. He's been able to muster 58-plus yards in 6 of his last 7.
You're talking about Breece Hall. It's just a foot race for him to be able to get around the corner.
Ravens play versus running backs in 2025 hasn't been great, but they faced 17 Quinshon Judkins runs in their most recent win, held him to 3.5 per attempt.
Short to the line of scrimmage, the results have been there for Baltimore's defense.
That brings us to Derrick Henry. 5.7 a run last week, 103 yards and a TD.
1st down, Henry flying through. There goes Henry. Henry tripped up at the 10.
Henry has 100-plus yard games in 3 of his last 5. He went for 122, then 71, then 119, then 75, then 103. So a little ping-pong action. He made up for a rough Lamar Jackson showing. No touchdowns, 2 INTs last week.
Batted up in the air, and it is picked off. Intercepted by the Browns.
47.6 rate game from the guy who has the highest rating in the league. Baltimore's offense 23 points falls in that, okay, it could have been worse, 23 to 30 points in their last 4.
Zay Flowers, 2nd catch today, and Flowers picks up a 1st down.
Ravens just 1 for 4 in the red zone versus Cleveland, and Lamar got put down 5 times by the Browns pass rush, 4 at the hands of Myles Garrett.
Garrett has got him again. number 3.
Jets don't have a Myles Garrett type. Their pass rush hasn't rushed many quarterbacks in 2025. Only 1 sack on 34 Drake May pass attempts week 11. They gave up more than 280 yards to May, a 100-plus rate, standard fare. They've allowed a 104 rate for 2025, so they've made plenty of signal callers feel good about themselves.
Caught on the run and falling down. Was he touched? Douglas.
Most games, Jets defense has been there for the taking. Gave up 27 points to New England in their latest loss, have given up 27 plus in 7 of 10 games this season.
2 defenders take digs, and it leaves a wide open Trevion Henderson.
Only receiver New York's corners are dealing with coming off a 33-plus yard game. It was yet another Zay Flowers and Friends outing. Flowers with 78 yards, 70-plus yards back-to-back outings.
He's able to find Zay Flowers on the corner, and he does the rest once he gets the ball in his hands.
Mark Andrews had that rushing TD with 32 receiving yards. And as for what Henry's up against, Jets did play New England tough down low at least. Yeah, they gave up 2 TDs to Trevion Henderson, but held him to 3.3 a carry, puts their play against the run on the plus side of average for the season.
First down pitch back here, and a loss that time. Dearness Johnson, the ball carrier.
Ravens and Jets have met 12 times. Baltimore has won 10 of them, one of the most lopsided series in the game. New York won in 2016 and 1997, which was the first time they ever got together an OT production.
The Jets' watershed game came in Week 10 against the Baltimore Ravens. A cold November rain pounded down, and the Jets' offense could not seem to stay afloat. For the second straight game, Parcells called on Glenn Foley to ignite the team. The rain let up in overtime, but Foley did not, as he drove the Jets into field goal range for John Hall.
Jets and Ravens all tied up in overtime. This is for the win. Taps in the holder. The snap, the put down, the kick is up, and it is good! Jets win! The Jets have sole possession of first place in the AFC East for the first time since Week 12 of the 1986 season.
It was a big step for the Jets, and a giant leap for their rookie kicker.
And we're trying to get this kid, out of his diapers and into his regular street clothes. And that's really what we're trying to do. And today, we took those Huggies off. Because that's a game winner. He took his Huggies off.